Now we're going to do some calculations involving an RC circuit. You can see here in part A we're shown the RC circuit, and the resistance is 1 kilo ohm and the capacitance is 1 microfarad. We're asked to calculate the time constant, tau. Tau is going to be just simply R times C, which is going to be 1 kilo ohm multiplied by 1 microfarad. Now a kilo ohm is simply 1 times 10 to the third ohms multiplied by 1 times 10 to the negative sixth farads. And it's worth going to all this trouble because we're guaranteed that if it's ohms times farads, the answer will be in seconds. So I can now multiply those two numbers together, and that's going to give me 1 times 10 to the negative third seconds, which is 1 millisecond. So I know that the time constant is 1 millisecond, and that tells me that this capacitor is going to decay over the course of a few milliseconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 milliseconds. If we get out to a second, that's going to be 1,000 milliseconds, and the capacitor will have essentially decayed to the point where we won't be able to measure it anymore. So we're talking about 1 millisecond per time constant. 2, 3, 4 milliseconds later, the capacitor will have decayed pretty much to the point where it's approaching zero. The capacitor in the circuit for part A is initially charged to 10 volts. What equation can be used to describe the voltage? This is actually the easiest question because I know the equation is of the form V of t equals V0 e to the minus t over tau. V0 is given. V0 is 10 volts. And I just found tau, and so therefore this is 10 e to the minus t over 1 millisecond, and the answer will be in units of volts. So that's our complete answer for part B. Now we can apply that in part C. What will be the voltage V of t at 2.5 milliseconds? So at t equals 0, it contained 10 volts. I know it's going to decay over the course of time, and therefore it has to be less than 10 volts. That's just a good thing to double check. So V at 2.5 milliseconds is going to be 10 e to the minus 2.5 milliseconds divided by 1 millisecond, and the answer is units of volts. Now the milliseconds cancel, as they must, because anything that's in the exponent has to be unitless. So I end up with, this is going to be 10 e to the minus 2.5 volts. And if you put this into your calculator, you end up with 0.82 volts. Now let's just think here for a second. 2.5 milliseconds, that's about, well, that's exactly 2.5 time constants in. I know that 1 time constant in, I'm down to about 36.8%. 2 time constants in, I'm about 15%. And I'm now 2.5 time constants in, so I must be down maybe around, 8 to 10%. And 8 to 10% of 10 volts would be 0.8 to 1 volt. So I'm feeling pretty good about the fact that I got that answer right. At what time will this circuit exhibit a voltage of 2 volts? Okay. Now we're sort of flipping it. We're given a voltage and we need to calculate the time. But before we do that, let me just think about this. 2 volts is going to be about 20% of the final answer. I know that at 1 time constant, we're going to be at 36%. At 2 time constants, we're going to be at 15%. So this should have an answer that's between 1 and 2 time constants. Before I put pencil to paper, I know the answer is going to be between 1 and 2 milliseconds. So let's write our equation. 10 e to the minus t over 1 millisecond is equal to 2 volts. I can divide both sides by 10, so e to the minus t over 1 millisecond is equal to 2 divided by 10, which is 0.2. Now I have to take the natural log of both sides, because the natural log of e to the minus t over 1 millisecond is just minus t over 1 millisecond, because the natural log of e to the anything is just equal to that thing. But I also have to take the natural log of the right-hand side. So this is the natural log of 0.2. So I now know that t is equal to negative 1 millisecond times the natural log of 0.2. And when I calculate the natural log of 0.2 multiply it by 1 millisecond, by negative 1 millisecond, I get 1.61 milliseconds. And just as we predicted, it is in fact between 1 millisecond and 2 milliseconds. We now have the ability to calculate the voltage at any time and to calculate the time for any voltage. That gives us a lot of power over this circuit.